Episode number 174.
You'd need to find an affiliate network that specializes in your particular industry and figure out what sort of payouts their affiliates want that will be competitive in order for you to promote.
Welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff, where we talk about life, dreams, social media, and business.
Well, hello and welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff. Folks, we're going to bring you some fuego today because hopefully we get you some more clicks, leads, and get some better conversions on your ads because we're bringing you our featured guest today, John Crestani. John.
Woo! Hey, what's up, man? Excited.
Are you ready to be real, my man?
To talk about my favorite subject, which is internet clicks, leads, monies.
My man's bringing it real. He's all focused on digital growth marketing and also helping businesses through, he's a YouTuber. He's also a husband and a father. And he is the founder of Pendragon Labs Marketing. I love that.
Yes,
I love that name, my man. And really helping businesses understand and focus on Google advertising, Facebook advertising, now probably Instagram advertising, and all the places that you can get people to your business, your shopping cart, your app, whatever it is. And getting more conversions, my man. So we've given our listeners just a little insight, but how's your day going today?
Day's going good. I love, business is cranking along. I got a sick concert. I'm going to see my favorite DJ in the world tonight. She's playing in LA, and she's rad. So
really?
I'm super pumped. Yeah.
What DJ? I'm curious.
Nora and Pure. She's kind of like tropical or house or like chill, like EDM.
Nice.
And she's also like very, very cute South African DJ. And I'm headed there with some friends. I'm gonna have some fun.
That's awesome, my man. Is it at a club or is it at like an event center?
Yeah, it's at a club in downtown LA called Exchange LA. So
Nice.
we all got VIP tickets. And
turning up tonight at the Exchange.
We're gonna rage.
Yeah, that's cool. I like the tropical vibe DJ.
Yeah.
I like the tropical vibe.
First day of summer. First day of summer too.
We made it. Now we got to just avoid it, especially where we live in Fresno, 100 plus degrees. I know out where you're out in Malibu, you got the 70s and 80s, my man. You're used to it.
Yep.
So if we brought you here to 100, you might just melt.
we could take bets on that.
We could take bets. All right.
I like gambling. We could take bets.
Take some bets. Let's see who can melt first. So going into your business, my man, when you started, how did you get the inspiration, or what gave you the passion for starting your business?
So I got started, I was in college. I was doing all these marketing internships, and I just didn't see the growth opportunity. I liked marketing, but I didn't see the growth opportunity in doing marketing for company, in being an employee for a company. So I read this book called The 4-Hour Workweek.
Ooh.
And I decided to become an entrepreneur. And a few years later, I started my own digital marketing agency. And since then, it's been a blast.
Wow. And what kind of type of businesses do you tend to work with? Is it kind of all spectrum, or do you kind of have a focused businesses that you like to work with?
Great question. So I don't work with clients as much anymore. Mm-hmm. What I do, my business is centered around selling my own training course. Now I train people how to do a niche of marketing called affiliate marketing.
Gotcha.
And then I am a big affiliate for a number of other companies where I'm sending them sales and leads, such as an events company. We do a few million a year with, and I'm a big affiliate for a software company called ClickFunnels, and I send them a lot of customers, and a few other companies.
So you find that is now your big revenue source, is just affiliate, using your audience to share the love and then obviously send them to a place where they're going to pay you.
Exactly. So my basically I'm selling a digital course on my front end, and making money from kind of my knowledge in the space, and about 50% of my revenues come from that. And then after people purchase my course, I kind of show them other ways to get into this kind of like affiliate marketing business model. And, I'm an affiliate for all those companies. So, I teach people to advertise on, Microsoft Bing, and I'm an affiliate for Microsoft Bing, and all the, ClickFunnels and all that stuff.
So you can make a little revenue on as you're guiding their path.
Exactly. So it's right now it's about 50-50.
And did you always do training, or did you have a different business model when you started?
No. So for years, from 2012 to 2016, I was running a digital agency, and I was working with clients that were mostly in the financial services space, mortgage companies, investment companies, etc. And I was handling their marketing. Usually for, it varied, but sometimes it would be a retainer, anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 a month. And sometimes it would be commission only. So, they would only pay me if I got them leads or new customers.
Gotcha.
And I ran that for years. And I got to spend other people, and the great thing about doing an agency is you get to spend other people's money. And, if you ever want to create your own product or digital product or whatever, you're honing your skills on other companies and helping them become successful.
Right. So that's when the training came in to say, hey, this is even more scalable.
Yes. So the way that came about was actually I had, I'm very big on leverage, just to give you back up a second here. And what I was doing was I found that as my agency was growing, I needed to hire more and more people, but they weren't skilled enough in LA. I would pay, I needed to, people wanted such high salaries in LA that were experienced. So I said, I'm going to hire less experienced people, but I'm going to train them. And in order to speed up the training process, I started creating videos of me doing all my clients' advertising. Literally, I would just record myself using a screen recording software, and I'd narrate over it, talking about how I was implementing and doing the advertising for each client. And I would pass those videos off to my new employees. And that was their training.
Gotcha.
So I didn't have to do the same training every single time.
Right.
And that training course, just my internal training course, that ended up becoming my first digital product. And I found out that there was a huge demand for people to literally just get access to my own in-house training course for media buyers.
Wow.
And that's how that whole thing got started.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Something you never even thought of. I mean, you did. Obviously, you're thinking to train your own team, but you didn't think, oh, wow, this is going to be its own little bit. It's going to be its own business on its own, just selling it.
I had no idea. I had no idea even about that whole, that whole market, because back in 2012, 2013, there weren't a million ads on Google and YouTube and Facebook about, all these gurus are around now, but
right.
That wasn't really a big thing at all back in 2012 or 2013. I simply created a training course just because it saved me time for training employees, frankly.
Oh yeah. And if those are out there, I mean, let's just be real. If you can screen share and or do a Zoom meeting or whatever and share your screen about how to do a task, it's going to help you save your time on training. You get a new employee, you get a new team member coming on board, and you know what? You need them to train, but you don't have the time. You send them a Dropbox link and you say, hey, here you go. Start training, start learning, right?
Easy
Easy money. And hey, why not, use your time wisely, right? I mean, that's brilliant to have that. So then what gave you, what turned the switch and said, okay, I got to start selling this? Was it a customer or what? How did that transition happen?
So it was actually one of my clients had said, hey, because I was marketing their program, they paid me a $10,000 base and a 3% commission on all deals that came through their pipeline. And this company was It was a gold investment company called Regal Assets, and they had an affiliate program. So they said, "Hey, John, you're killing it for us with your advertising. You're doing great." And they also had me doing other things. They had me write a Forbes an article, an ad because they were putting some ads in Forbes, and they were other kind of places where they could find customers, magazines. I was doing a lot of different marketing for them, and they said, "Hey, John, can you put together a training course for our affiliates, and we'll pay you a bunch of extra money. We'll shoot you, I don't know what they said, another 10 grand or something, if you can just train our affiliates on the psychology and how you come up with these ads and whatnot, because we have thousands of affiliates that aren't doing jack." So I said, "That sounds good. I'll put it together." And lo and behold, I started. They got the training course out, and there just was kind of a groundswell of demand. People said they wanted more, and people said they wanted more of this. And one of the partners on that company said, "Hey, we could, let's." He did digital courses as a secondary. That was like a secondary income source for him, and it just kind of went from there. And I started, I did some modules in his course, and all these things kind of started happening. But, the customers were speaking, and they were, I was making some money doing it. And I said, okay, why not put a little more time into this and see where it goes? And it went pretty big.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole point in that one is, folks, hey, go off what the intuition that you have with the people around you in the world of don't be stuck in one world, right? I mean, you could be still doing the same thing where you're running other people's ads instead. You got a much more scalable business now with the business you have.
Yeah. I mean, giving the customer. I've always been, when I was running my agency, I always took the approach of absolutely zero ego or, emotional involvement in things. I would say, just what does the customer want? Not what do I want to sell the customer? Not what do I have to sell the customer? I would just ask myself, what does the customer want? I would just ask the customer, frankly, what can help you grow your business? And I would say, even if you don't think I am the guy, or I have the skills, or I know anybody that can help you out, what do you need to grow your business? And I would just go whatever, because I figured these guys are already paying me money. They're, they already trust me. If there are other ways I can add value to their business anyway, I usually I started with Google ads, but if my customers, if my clients said, we want Facebook ads, if I didn't know it, I'd go out and learn it so I could do it for them, or whatever was needed, because I just wanted to grow my business with each client as big as possible. Why not make more money from the clients you already have,
right?
Than have to just go out and hustle new clients constantly.
Absolutely. So you were able to kind of continually uncover what else they needed.
Yes.
Oh, what else do you need? Now I'm sure it's Instagram ads. A lot of people are saying, hey, I need to be on IG. I need to get that shopping cart ad. How can I do a Facebook catalog so that I can get my inventory on Instagram?
Whatever they're willing to pay for.
Yeah. So then my question to you is, then do you run your own ads to your training course then?
Yeah, so we spent about $200,000 a month right now.
Wow.
Primarily on YouTube advertising, but we're also putting ads up, all over the place. We're spending a lot of money with affiliate networks. We're spending a lot of money with Facebook. We're spending a lot of money with Google.
Do you find that YouTube is right now, with that kind of budget, is the best converting platform?
For the education space or the guru space, whatever you want to call it, 100%, because basically anything people are looking to learn online, they go to YouTube. You want to learn to screw in a light bulb, you go to YouTube. You want to learn how to place a Facebook ad, you go to YouTube.
Right.
So it's just natural that if I can get in front of those people and give them a better a full training course on how to do this stuff, it's a very easy and natural transition.
Right. And then with your training course, did you have to build out a internal training course? Or are you using one of the other third parties that help kind of navigate that?
So I built out all my training courses on my own.
Oh, nice.
I do. And I still it's actually a big problem in my business that I'm trying to get away from is I need to get myself more out of the weeds of it. I do have a lot of help with my training course. I have a support team of about 5 people. I have a development. I have an agency that I work with that handles all of my web development and integrations and what have you. And then I have somebody who I've partnered with to write many of my emails. But most of the course and most everything has been really done by me. And there's lots of tools out there to make it really, really easy, and you can do it for cheap.
That's amazing. And shout out to YouTube, man, because I think YouTube is a hidden gem for those that are looking to advertise.
It totally is. People are scared to try it out. They haven't seen enough of it. It is, if you're listening to this and you're looking for, that special, uncovered, unsaturated gem, YouTube's a gret place to start. And don't be scared. Don't be scared to just, you have to test ads. We test about 10 new ads a week. And I'm talking, these are 3-minute videos. These are 3-minute videos of me talking to the camera, right?
Wow.
Yeah. But 30 minutes, right? 30 minutes out of my, 30 minutes out of my week, or let's say an hour out of my week, 10 new ads. And we're pumping these out because we need to see what works best with the audience. And that's the secret to winning. Most people are scared to put their face on camera to create videos, or they think it's complicated, and it's not complicated. Yeah. You just do it. Just get out there and get, if you know sales, if you know marketing, just start experimenting. And, we tested hundreds of ads to get to the point where we're at, but the $200,000 a month we're spending creates way more than that in income for my business. So it's worth it.
That's what it is. That's the bottom line. If it's bringing in more than you're paying, then it's worth it.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are scared about putting their face on camera or trying to test out a bunch of videos, or they feel like a failure, and, they have low self-esteem if their video doesn't, their first video ads don't work well. But if you simply look at your time in the value per hour, creating video ads for my business has probably been the most valuable time I've spent on my business.
Right. And it brands you as well, right? I mean, it brands you as the expert in a way.
I mean, that's a whole separate discussion. Yeah. It's not just creating me business, but it's building a brand for myself. It's building me as an authority in my industry. So it's a very powerful, it's powerful on 2 aspects, right?
Right. I remember a few years ago, someone that took the YouTube by storm was Tai Lopez. Straight up by storm. I don't know how much he's spending in ads, but it's probably a lot too as well, right?
Oh yeah.
He was on every dang ad, man. He's like constantly, I want to be your marketing agency. I want to be your social media. And he's pretty much selling courses, from what I understand.
He's selling courses. Exactly.
So he's one of the people that really got that ball rolling in a way, right? I mean, on a bigger level. I mean, I think a lot of people didn't even know who Tai Lopez was. And he had that one, I'm sitting in my garage and this is my Ferrari.
Nobody knew who he was, man. What are you talking about? He was a total nobody, and he just rocketed up.
Yeah.
And I analyzed his stuff. He did hundreds of videos before he got that one. He did hundreds. They're not even on his channel anymore. He deleted them.
Gotcha.
But you can see these dorky videos that are just boring as heck. There were hundreds of them that he was giving people tips and tricks. I mean, he was trying this out. He was trying to do this for years before he got that one that went viral. And to his credit, he was very smart because he did when he got a video that started getting some sort of action, he did what nobody else did at the time back in 2016 or 15 or whatever it was that he actually bought YouTube ads to it, and nobody was buying YouTube ads at the time, and he bought YouTube ads, and
that was the key.
And he did something nobody had done, and then he just kind of paved the way for people like me, and others who said, okay, there's some potential here. Let me try some advertising on YouTube.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they got hundreds of millions of people watching videos, so there's lots of opportunity out there. Yeah. Where do you see the next future going? Where's the next big place you're trying to conquer?
Next big place. What's funny is on my screen, I have a list of all of the places that we're working on right now. One is affiliate networks. We're going harder on what's called CPA networks. Another is Facebook. We still don't have Facebook totally dialed in, so we're working on Facebook ads. The next is native ads.
Got you.
The next is direct mail, actually.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people, I still believe that direct mail is, a powerful direct response form of advertising. And I've been hiring a couple agencies to work with me to test things out there.
Right.
So there's a lot of, those are 5 different areas. So
can you get more into the affiliate networks, the CPA networks? How does that work?
So the way CPA networks work is basically you tell them what you want. You say, hey, look, if you can get somebody, if you can get a sale of my product, I will pay you 50%.
Yes.
So, or I will pay you $500. They want a raw number.
Got you.
So I'm working with, there's 3 CPA networks in my particular, that specialize in my particular industry niche, which is called the business opportunity niche. And the way I work with them is I went to them. I said, I asked them what their affiliate base wants, and they want price points around $50, $50 to $100. They want to see in commissions for a sale. Mm-hmm. So I created a funnel that would allow me to pay them $50 to $100 per sale. And then basically I put down a deposit with them of $5,000 or $10,000. And I say, okay, here's $5,000 or $10,000. This is good for, 100 or 200 actions at $50. Mm-hmm. And we're going to see how good these customers are. We're going to see if you can get customers and how good they are. And that's what we do. It's very, very straightforward.
That's awesome. Is there a marketplace site that allows people to do this?
There are a ton of different affiliate networks. It's a very fragmented space. So it depends, there's thousands. Really? So you'd need to find an affiliate network that specializes in your particular industry and figure out what sort of payouts their affiliates want in order that will be competitive in order for you to promote. Because if you're saying, hey, look, if you're a solar, let's say you have a client who does in solar panel installations in California, you might go to an affiliate network such as Ads for Dough that specializes in that, and you would say, hey, I'm willing to pay $10 per lead. And they'd laugh at you and they'd say, you have to be paying at least $30.
Right.
They'd say, we have 10 other companies signed up, and nobody's gonna get a lead for you for $10 when they can get one for $30.
Right.
So you have to know those numbers. And I would say the best place to really find that out is go to an affiliate marketing conference.
Got you.
And just talk to people and go to the booths, because again, it's a very fragmented space.
Do you feel like that's an underpriced area compared to some of the other advertising? Because with the affiliates, at least you'd be paying almost to sell.
It's not I wouldn't say it's underpriced, because there are people that know this space, and certain spaces are very saturated, right? Like insurance leads are incredibly competitive.
Gosh.
You know, if you are a company or if you are representing a client,
right?
You know, you as an independent insurance broker, you are not going to be able to pay more than Geico or Allstate themselves will be able to pay for a lead.
Right.
So keep that in mind. It's very skewed towards the end customer. If you're a broker of things, it's going to be, you're probably not going to be able to compete. And
right. So, but check it out though. You don't know until you research.
Exactly. You don't know until you research, and it's a huge traffic source, and it's a very easy one because the easiest place, it's zero risk, right? If I'm getting customers and I'm willing to pay $50 for a customer, that makes it, absolutely de-risks the entire equation.
It's like saying right now, today on the, Real Time Outsource is offering anyone that listens to this show 50% if you can get us a new lead.
Exactly.
It's not no risk. If they get us some new leads, that's awesome, my man. If they don't, then hey, you know what? Then no worries. We didn't spend a ton of money in advertising, because I know that is a lot of customers' biggest fear or concern is they spend a bunch of money in ads, John, and then nothing comes in.
Yep.
I spent $10,000, John. Nothing came in my door. I didn't get one click or call. In that case, you'd say, probably should have pulled the budget probably before that.
Yeah, if you spend $10,000 and you don't get a freaking click or a call, you're not doing things very.
You know what the hell you're doing?
Yeah, I don't think you know what you're doing.
Great point there. But my man, we're about to take you now into our top 10. Are you ready?
Bring it on.
Bring it. Apple or Android?
Android for sure.
Netflix or YouTube?
Ooh, YouTube.
Instagram or Twitter?
Instagram.
Chicken, steak, or fish?
Chicken.
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 Chicken. Laptop or Android?
Laptop.
Spotify or Pandora?
Pandora.
Movies or video games?
Video games.
Yeah. Reading books or listening to books?
Reading books. I'm a fanatic.
Do you? Do you have a favorite book right now that you're reading?
Yeah, I'm reading Delta 5 by Daniel Suarez. It's a sci-fi book about all these extreme athletes, asteroids in space for this billionaire.
Oh, wow. Is that the kind of books you tend to like to read? Stuff that's
all
not
sci-fi. Yeah, I'm a total sci-fi junkie. I will read nonfiction books if I'm looking to learn something, but I'm a sci-fi junkie. I believe science fiction authors are the most creative people on the earth.
Oh yeah.
And if you are a business person, I believe our jobs as business people are to help accelerate the future and help accelerate the advent of the future. And what a better place to figure out what the future is than reading science fiction books.
Right.
Elon Musk has a great quote, and he says, look, I haven't come, people say I'm creative. People say I come up with all these great ideas for companies and whatnot. He says, I haven't come up with a single idea for a company in my life.
Yeah.
He said, all I do is I look at the cool ideas that I've read about in science fiction books.
Right.
I figure out if they're economically feasible. I figure out if I can raise and I do an assessment if I can raise the money for them, and I go out and do it. And that's it. He doesn't have any creative bones in his body. He just takes ideas from science fiction books and he tries to make them real. That's it.
And he executes at the end of the day.
I mean, he's an execution.
SpaceX, Tesla, Solar City.
Oh, he's a beast. He's a beast.
Beast from the East.
Yeah.
The newest one I like too. It's a building out there where you guys are as the Hyperloop, things like that, or a Boring Company where he's building the tunnels underneath the ground. The Hyperloop in general, if they could figure out a way to make that happen, it's insane.
Oh, I'll be so. I just want self-driving cars, man.
Oh, yes.
Like, give me a self-driving car, please.
Right.
I love the marketing. The marketing, I'm stoked. I'm sold. But I just give me the car that drives itself, so I can lean back and stare out the sunroof.
Right. We're doing something else. Relax.
Yeah. Chit chat, sleep. Oh my gosh, that'd be great if I could just
sleep and then end up in San Francisco. Oh, yep,
Yeah.
I'm here at my destination.
I mean, come on, let's get these laws and regulations passed already. I mean, we need this.
Right. Yeah, I think we're not too far away. I mean, he has put out there that they're planning on launching a bunch of self-driving robotaxis.
And it would save lives. Drivers in California are the worst drivers ever.
Yes.
Like, let the cars drive themselves. There have been some Tesla crashes, but there have been, in the time that there's been like 2 Tesla crashes,
right,
there have been like 2 million crashes of normal people. I mean, you look around LA and people are on their phones texting like constantly. Let the car drive itself. Just let it.
I'm always shocked by people like they're texting and they're holding onto their phone while it's like on the steering wheel or whatever. I'm like, what in the hell are you doing?
Yeah, it's crazy. Just let the cars drive themselves.
Yeah, I agree.
People suck.
I look forward to like you could make some side hustle. You have like a Tesla, you could just send it on an Uber route. You know, that's what they say in the future. You could, if you were not using your Tesla for today, let's just say you could be like, hey, Tesla, go out and work for me. Basically go out and make some money, go pick people up and drop them off and then come back home and bring you some money back home.
Oh, it will spark a revolution. There's so many business models.
Right.
When self-driving cars get implemented, it'll be silly.
Yeah, I agree. So we're close. We are very close, man. Probably closer, obviously, than we've ever been in human history. So it's going to happen. Stocks, crypto, or real estate?
Real estate.
Oceans or lakes?
Oceans.
And when you wake up in the morning, you're getting yourself ready for the day, brushing your teeth, getting things dialed in. Why do you love being you?
40 push-ups, a semi-cold shower.
Yeah.
And 3 gratitudes of things I am grateful for and I am happy to be alive for.
Nice. You like the semi-cold shower, not the complete cold shower.
No, I tried the ice cold shower. And you know what? That's just it's a little too brutal for me in the morning.
The Wim Hof method of breathing and all that. Yeah, I agree. I started liking to take a cold shower. I think it's something about it. It gives you a different euphoria. I remember I first started taking them after watching a video, and I did it actually in the wintertime, and it was like the water was freaking cold, man. But yeah. it gives you like this like crazy energy buzz that happens after you take it.
Oh, wakes you up. It does give you a huge energy buzz. You're just like, whoa, boom.
Like, holy crap, I don't need coffee. No worries. Let's do this.
Yeah, you're up. What
do we need to do today? So how do you typically, after a long day, you're like, got a lot of work done and you're finalizing your day. Do you have a favorite meal that you'd like to enjoy or something you'd like to sit down to, something to treat yourself? Treat yourself.
Yeah. So I'll walk you through my like complete like nightly ritual.
Absolutely.
Generally speaking, what I do is if I've worked really hard, generally I end the day at around 10 or 11 at night. And then I will, I might go, I might smoke some weed.
Yeah.
Prepare myself some popcorn. I make my own popcorn. I have all my own seasonings and I mix and I shave my own cheese and I have kind of, I have my stuff. I use kind of like a bunch of herbs and like parsley and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
And then sometimes I use mustard even.
Really?
Yeah. It's weird. It's like really
a weird,
cool.
It's a weird, good thing you wouldn't think of, but it tastes bomb.
It's a taste bomb for sure. And then I'll watch, I'll sit in my lazy boy in my office and I'll either watch a interview of somebody who's more successful than me, or I love watching interviews. I love watching podcasts, or I will play a video game.
Nice.
That's generally speaking, that's my nightly ritual, and nice. I kind of waver between video games and interviews with successful people.
That is awesome. So get your mind right, and then also have some fun and strategies and so many awesome video games. Do you have a favorite type of strain of cannabis?
Generally speaking, usually I go for like indicas. Yeah, kind of like chilled. I'm not. I only smoke at night, and I kind of do it, mostly, I just do it to relax and hang out.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite way of smoking? Is it a joint or is it
bong?
Bong?
Ice, pack a bunch of ice.
Yeah.
Double perk, and so it's really clean, and just sitting outside. I like sitting outside and I just kind of soak in,
absolutely,
the birds or the wildlife. I live on the side of a mountain, out here in Malibu, right on Malibu Creek State Park. So I'll look for, I have my night vision binoculars, and I'll kind of like look for if there are any coyotes or deer sneaking around. So yeah,
that
just
is awesome. Being out with nature, and something about cannabis too opens up your creativity.
It does. And that's why I really enjoy watching interviews with successful folk. And I'm not just talking about like gurus like Grant Cardone. I'm talking about people like Li Ka-shing, he owns a lot of ports. He's worth $31 billion, and he's based in Hong Kong, or really, Jack Dorsey, or whoever it is. I find Jeff Bezos, etc. These are really intelligent people, and I feel like we have so much. If you're in the game of business, why not learn from the mouth of the horse?
Oh yeah. And there's a plethora. I mean, you just type in your favorite person on YouTube and you'll find interviews. It's amazing how much content there is about these people out there.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I think that we can all learn something from Jeff Bezos, for instance, the guy that's changed the whole dang world. I feel like every day I got an Amazon package coming to my door between me and my wife. We're like, oh, who is it this time? It's like, whoa, one of us. And then also, do you have a skill you want to master right now? Is there something you're working at to try to master?
It's funny you ask. Yeah, I just I had 2 lessons yesterday. I'm working on becoming a helicopter pilot right now.
No way! That's awesome.
Yeah, every week I go up a couple times training. I'm ready for. I've done about 40 hours. I have about 40 hours in, so I'm almost at the point where I'm fully certified and can get my license. I'm able to fly on my own now, and it's a rush, man.
I bet
it's a rush. We if it's okay if I go into a quick story here.
Of course.
We were flying. We were flying around Malibu yesterday, just about through the canyons, and there's a lot of there's so many things about flying a helicopter. You have to be very aware of everything you're doing. You can't fly if there are power lines, you're going to die, right? If you don't see a power line, you're going to die, especially if it's cloudy out like it was yesterday. But we were practicing emergency procedures in canyons yesterday. We cut the engine we were about 1,000 feet up.
Wow.
Cut the engine off, turn it completely off.
Oh, crap.
And just that helicopter starts going into free fall.
Wow.
And I had to figure out how to navigate, how to float it, how to keep because the propeller keeps spinning. The blade keeps spinning. So I have to make sure the blade is spinning fast enough so that if I were, when I turn the engine back on, because it's not we weren't actually going to do a full down landing.
Right.
I have to make sure the RPMs stay high enough so it stays in the air. I have to make sure that they aren't too high, so I overspeed. I have to make sure I don't go into vortex state, which I just start dropping and the blades can't catch on the wind. There's so many things to be aware of.
Wow.
It's pretty intense. And it's a lot of fun. It's dangerous, but it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy it a lot. It's really exciting.
Freaking phenomenal, dude.
Yeah,
my brother's a pilot, but dude, I can't even imagine flying a helicopter.
Oh, dude, if you're ever down here, I'll take you up. It's great.
I bet it's real.
It's the best way to see the world.
Right. Yeah, you see all the most famous places, they all have helicopter tours, the Hawaii, Vegas, all the, places people want to see. It's because you cannot get a view better than that.
You can't.
That is what made you inspired to do that?
Well, ever since I was young, I always wanted to, I always wanted to fly helicopters. One of the rich kids at my, I just call him the rich kid at our school, at my elementary school, for his 10th birthday party or something. His dad hired a helicopter to take up, all of his friends, all of us in a helicopter. And that just, when you're 10 years old and you see that, you're just like, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. And ever since then, it just kind of sparked a love of helicopters. And everywhere I've traveled in the world, I try to do a helicopter sightseeing tour.
Right.
So, I'm here in Malibu. I'm 20 minutes away from the Camarillo airport. So I figured, hey, what the hell? I'm going to try to do this. Life isn't all about, grinding and hustling.
Right.
I'm going to try to have some fun here. And, it's a blast.
And challenge yourself too, because it's a new skill. I mean, obviously, how many people on this podcast that are listening right now can fly a helicopter? Not very many, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I found just by I try to routinely put myself in uncomfortable situations. Because I really believe that growth happens at the point where you're uncomfortable. And frankly, you're scared sometimes. I think a healthy dose of I believe our lives have just become so pacified and, comfortable. I personally think people are pussies these days.
True.
Everyone's
living in a bubble.
Yeah, everybody's living in a bubble. Everybody's scared to, I tell people to, put up a video on YouTube, for instance, and people are like scared to put themselves out there. And I'm just like, my grandfathers fought Nazis. They had to put themselves not in front of a video camera. They had to put themselves in front of bullets and Nazis. Yeah. Putting yourself in front of a video camera is easy. I don't want to hear anybody complaining about that stuff. Come on.
But John, I got a zit, my man.
Yeah, right. Exact. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, I got a zit. People will judge me. You know what? Get over yourself.
Hey, it's true, man. We gotta, I think it's something to that too. Just kind of constantly realizing that, like, if you're feeling like things are too safe and secure, maybe try something new. Like my man is, try something different. Switch it up. Let's do it. See, what comes from it. You never know what can come from that. Do you have a favorite app or tool you like using on a daily basis?
Good question. An app I use a lot is, YouTube Creator Studio. I'm always talking to people in the comments on my YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
But a tool, let me think about that. Really, I'd say Google Sheets. I am a fanatic about Google Sheets and using that to organize and track my life, my marketing efforts, my outreach, my business development efforts, everything. I use Google Sheets and Zapier to run my business.
Automate that thing, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I automate everything I can, and I try to create really easy dashboards and just it really simplifies things.
Absolutely, yeah, and nothing better with working with your team too, with the sheets, man. It's so easy that everyone can work together. Be real today. If you could sit down for a lunch right now, my man, to a chicken lunch, who would you sit down with in the world? Anyone you could get to come visit you, take them on a helicopter ride to the top of a hill and have some chicken lunch.
Larry Ellison.
Ooh,
Larry Ellison.
That's a good one, man. That guy's a beast, man.
I've been trying to find interviews with him. That guy is.
He stays pretty incognito. Huh?
That guy is incognito. Man. He's one of the richest fools in the world.
Oh yeah.
He's got about 20 houses in the most premier area of Malibu.
Right.
He's got some of the biggest yachts in the world. He's an enigma.
Right.
It's so odd. So I'd be really interested to talk to that guy.
Fascinating. Yeah. How he built the business, how he stays out of the media and press, because obviously there's a lot of celebrities that want to, not celebrities, but, business celebrities, they want to be in the press. They want to be on these keynotes and stuff. He's like, I don't want to be any of that stuff. I want to buy another island in Hawaii. Where's it at? Where's my next island at? I want to buy.
And he has fun, because he's racing yachts.
Right.
He used to be a rock climber. He used to be, for his 20s, like during his entire 20s, he was working as a park ranger in Yosemite.
Wow, are you serious?
He was doing rock because he liked rock climbing, so he was doing rock climbing and as a park. So he was, and he just, and he his something must have just clicked in his brain one day, and he just went for it, and he has a lot of fun. He's an interesting guy. He's really big into Japanese culture, as I am. It's just he's a very interesting character that I don't know as much as I'd like about.
Right. So maybe we can put that out there. Maybe we can put that out in there in the universe. You never know. You never know.
Who knows?
Is there a book that has changed your life? Is there something that has, you're like, dang, I have to read this, keep rereading this book, or something stuck out in your mind?
I already mentioned the 4-Hour Workweek, so I'll give a different one. The Alchemist.
Ooh.
The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And it's like a very common one, I'm sure. But that book I've reread about 15 times. And the impact of that book for me is really just kind of centering and grounding myself to understand that life is a journey. Good stuff will happen, bad stuff will happen. You can't necessarily always force it, but if you stick to your goal, if you always keep the long-term goal in mind, and there will be points in your life where you have key decisions that will determine whether and that's what that says to me. Like, if you keep your long-term goal in mind, always, you will get there, and you make your major life decisions around working towards there. It's a great book. And
I love that book too, because it teaches you in a way that's telling stories.
Yes.
So it's speaking to you, and it's letting your mind kind of come to the conclusions in some cases.
Yeah.
So yeah. Where is the best place for people to find you and also find out more about your training courses?
Woo! YouTube. Check me out on YouTube. John, John. Last name is Crestani, Crestani. It's Italian. Yeah, it's hard to spell and pronounce. But search me on and just subscribe to me on YouTube, and you can get a lot of free training. I've dozens of hours of free training videos if you're looking to learn about what I do, and there are also links around my channel of where you can learn more about my training courses.
Well, folks, you've been hanging out with my man John Crestani and Travis Too Tall and Huff. I want to thank you again for your time today, and let's keep being real.
What another epic episode. And if you enjoyed the episode today, can you please do me a favor and subscribe to our podcast, The Be Real Show, on iTunes or your favorite podcast platform, and also take a little time today, if you don't mind, and give your boy T Huff a review. I would really super appreciate it, and thank you so much for listening today.